I don't feel like making a yo-yo video this week, so I'm gonna do this thing instead. Let's go back a day ago. So a day ago, I was sitting at my computer, procrastinating straight, not doing anything at all. Just got back home from a busy day, and instead of sitting on my computer and editing and building up my videography business like I should be, I don't know. So instead of working on myself, I was watching YouTube videos, and I came across some old videos from some filmmakers, which I follow, the same 5 to 6 to 7 filmmakers that every single film-centered teenager is involved in watching. And I saw that there was another contest by a random they do stock video and stock music company, and I just decided randomly I wanted to do it because I was feeling very burnt out, and I still kind of am. So this is kind of part of me recovering from that. I made a video. Yeah, basically the challenge was to make either a 30-second ad, which is something that I enjoy doing a lot, so I did that instead of the other two. The other two have nothing. I don't care about any of the other two things that were there. But so I went onto Artlist and Artgrid. So Artlist and Artgrid, and I went onto both of those things, and I got some random footage. I've done a challenge like this before in the past for, I think it was MusicBed. Yeah, and their other stock video site. I don't know why every single stock music thing has a stock video side of it. Like, why do they even, I just checked if my mic was on. I could have been not recording this whole time, but why do they all have like a second tandem part? Like, why can't they just be, it's fine. It's not what I'm here to talk about right now. I spent 2 hours doing this. The deadline was that day, actually the 20th. So it was like 8:45, so I had like 3 hours before it was tomorrow, so, or the next day rather. And so I jumped on my computer and I did this. So enjoy this beautiful time lapse. We're gonna watch the video. This is why I don't talk on Instagram or anything like that. This is why I don't even stop that. I hear him chat to the noise, move too quick, can't stop for the talking. I hear him chat with the boys, man so tough, but man's keep walking. Just too sharp with the prize, white girls let it tell me I'm awesome, yeah. Hot like fire on the pan.
Music licensing reimagined.
Like 0 degrees, I'm out the cage, gotta let out the beast. Revolutionary, gotta let out the streets. Locked in a cage, I'ma let out the... Stop that.
We don't know if this is going to keep happening, but I do want to start presenting my work on Instagram because I haven't really been doing it. Like, I have my website, but I don't really specifically advertise that outside of when I built it out. By the way, if you haven't looked at it, go look at it. It's literally in my bio. Like, just go look at it. But anyway, and YouTube has pretty much been dead for me for like 4 years. So I want to jump back on. I'm doing that right now. I've been still making the weekly throw session, still going to do that. But this week I didn't feel like doing it, so I made this as a replacement because like I said, I haven't been feeling very inspired, so I haven't really been yo-yoing that much. But now I'm gonna do these as a replacement. Basically, me just breaking down a couple videos I've been making, because a lot of videos I can't even really present like by themselves to you guys because they're not for me. Like, I'm not gonna be, half the videos I'm gonna be showing in this series are just like behind the scenes of me making other videos that I can't post as the raw video because I either have a agreement where I'm not allowed to post them, or I just have like, or it's just not a video that's like visually interesting enough, in my personal opinion, to represent me. Like, it's a side project that isn't completely about like what I do as a person and what I want my community to be about. So that's a lot of extra explanation. You guys don't need all that. Anyway, yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I'll see you guys the next time I post a weekly throw session, which should be probably by the end of this week. But yeah. So, as a result of coronavirus hitting the United States, a lot of businesses and a lot of things and a lot of events that I had slated for this year did not happen. One of the biggest things that I didn't have happen was, well, my internship at this church called Willow Creek North Shore. Now, I was contracting a lot, so we're doing a lot of shoots inside, shooting a lot of their worship content because I needed to basically make church completely online. So I was doing that every other week-ish. I had like 2 or 3 weeks, like for that, I had like 2 or 3 shoots out of every month to do. But I didn't have all the events that were slated for me to work on while I was interning. So I was itching to go out on a shoot. And I also wasn't really doing event videography or anything like that, which was the main backbone of my business beforehand this year because there's not really any events to shoot. Last year, a friend of mine gave me all of his contacts in specifically mostly real estate when he moved off to go to college, and one of those contacts got back to me. Now, I immediately jumped onto this because I literally have not got my camera gear and stuff ready to go out and shoot anything outside my house in so many months. It's just been a long time. And I was fiending to go do something. So I took this job, and basically this is how it went. Basically, I went on Lens Rentals, grabbed a drone because it was basically drone videography and photography, mostly photography though, and shooting a couple scenes by the beach. So I rented a Mavic 2 Pro, and I got my friend PJ to come with me to film on another camera. I grabbed this camera, got it rigged up, and pretty much this is kind of how the day went. So basically the job was for me to go to this location down in like in the Northbrook area, and it was shoot this house really quickly. The interior we did not shoot. It was only exterior photos and video. In fact, I think the client wasn't even really expecting much video, but I did do a lot of that because that's what I do mostly. So I didn't want to like not do the thing that I'm generally speaking better at than to double down on the stuff that I'm like mediocre at. Like I'm good at photography, but only in relation to videography because I understand how images should look for the most part, right? But yeah, so we went down. It was pretty early not early in the morning. It was pretty early in the afternoon. And basically, the client wanted me to shoot some scenes of these kids playing on the beach with the drone and with, of course, my camera, and them walking down the beach and, in this area, just to kind of show off this area, and then also to show off the fact that it's close to the house. This beach area is literally in like a 2-minute walk from the house to it. So this beach is like a 2-minute walk from the house. So it was just, they wanted to incorporate that in the video as a selling point to say that, okay, you're like right next to the beach. You can go here anytime you want. So, yeah, pretty simple day. I have not shot a real estate video at all before. So I basically bought the drone, practiced on my house for like 2 days, went out to this field, practiced that there for like the 3 days that I had the drone before I had the actual event. And I pretty much just winged it. Honestly, I didn't expect flying a drone to be this easy. I've flown a drone before, but only over the Willow Creek like facility, and that was just like literally me just flying over it straight. Like I never did anything complicated with it. In this case, I had to do a lot more complicated like movements and things like this, but it was actually pretty easy. It wasn't even that hard to do. The challenges actually came when it came down to filming the actual kids, because the kids they weren't trained actors. I didn't really have I didn't really have any planned shots. I just thought, I was kind of told on the spot, like, hey, we want to do this. Can you do this? And I was like, yeah. So the shots are pretty randomly put together. I did make an edit that I'm going to send to the client actually today, but this is basically how it went. Got some shots of the beach. I threw the drone up. There was a kid who kept trying to splash the drone for some reason with a rock, but yeah, threw the drone up, got an extra shot of this one house because it looked sick coming down from the trees. Very basic stuff. I watched a couple of videos on like how to get the best drone shots, and basically what I learned was that the best thing to do is to either go super high and go straight down when you're looking at waves and stuff like that, or you go from the side and you're going straight, or you're flying super low and looking straight out, and then that'll get a nice little video. So did a bunch of that, did a lot of tracking shots where I was having the kids just run, very basic stuff, and then I grabbed my glide cam in my camera, and I basically filmed a bunch of random B-roll. Then we went back to the house, shot a bunch of stuff, shot some drone video and some action on my DSLR as well, of the kids just jumping into the pool, playing in the pool, just splashing in the water. That was like one of the bigger attractions of the house, especially in the exterior. And then just got some basic exterior shots, like flying over it, flying like next to it, you know, panning side to side, basic stuff. There's a lot of trees in that area, so it was a little bit dangerous. I had to keep the camera movements a little bit conservative just because I'm not a super experienced flyer, and, you know, I'm still learning how to fly by sight. So I really had to like really be cautious and careful when I was doing these shots, but I got them done and it worked out. So yeah, and then I took some basic pictures, learned how to make panoramas. So I made a lot of mistakes with the pictures because there's a difference on the drone between a spherical panorama and then the actual, just the super wide shot. They called it a wide and not a panorama on the actual thing. Apparently a panorama is way wider than just their wide angle stitched picture, because they would make in order to make a more wide angle picture, they would stitch together pictures like in a panorama, right? But they have two different settings for that. So I messed that up. Plus I also messed up the format. I didn't make it 16:9 so I could match it up with the video, because the ultimate goal was to make a real estate video. I mean, the pictures are nice too, but the ultimate goal is to have, you know, things for the listing. The listing happens in February, so I don't need to even give this stuff to the client yet. Honestly, I could still go back and get some pictures and video if I really wanted to, but honestly, with what I have, I'm able to make something decent, so I'm just going to do it. It's my first video. I made a lot of mistakes. That's the game. I mean, that's usually how it is, especially if you make videos. Like, you know that, like, it's the first video of a kind. You got to act like a professional, like you know what you're doing, but you don't know what you're doing. It's the first one I've ever made like this, so, you know, you got to live and you learn. So mistakes I made were improper shooting formats with the drone. I should have really dived into the settings and really seen, like, you know, are my settings, I should have checked my settings the same way I check my camera settings. Like, you know, I know what to look for. I didn't know what to look for in the drone. I thought everything was good. I thought the same shooting format would be the same between video and photo, and that was just not the case. It's not the case with my DSLR, so I don't know why I thought it would be the case with the drone, but, you know. And then also just not really having a good idea of what to shoot with the live action stuff. I made it work because of the edit. I'm the editor, so I'm able to make it work however I want, but still, you know. So, but yeah, overall though, pretty easy shoot, quick $400, not that hard. But yeah, so yep. See, I told you guys I would do these videos. You thought I wasn't going to do this? You thought I wasn't going to make a video the next day? I told you I would be making these videos. So yeah, I have another video coming out soon. I'm going to make that literally after I'm done making this video right now. But yeah, this is the kind of stuff you'll be seeing from me for a long period of time. This is all part of me scaling my business. I'm building out a lot more stuff, and I'm probably going to go into more depth onto what my business is actually working off of now, because I've kind of changed the model since COVID happened. Things are going back to normal, so there's a lot more events to shoot, and I can actually shoot in person now, but I did have to supplement the money I wasn't able to make in the last 3 months. So I'm going to talk about that process in the next couple of videos. But first, I'm going to talk about another shoot that I had first before we get to that. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I see you guys in the next video. I'm so low on energy. You see what I'm doing to make these videos, to sacrifice, to advertise for myself? It's fine. I'm not mad about it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.